Hey y'all, Eric Adcock, This Awkward Life. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, and I'm in an attempt to doing a podcast every day in the year 2026. Today, someone's birthday was brought up, and a couple of people were sitting around like, well, hey, what do we get them? We don't know what to get them. Let's get them a gift card. Now, whether you like or, argue the fact about gift cards, about not being personal or whatever, gift cards are, okay. They're pretty cool. You ever notice that how gift cards are supposed to be one of the easiest gifts to use, and yet somehow they're the easiest to lose? You get a gift card and it winds up in a wallet or a junk drawer somewhere, a coat pocket, or it gets packed in with all the other stuff. And every year, billions of dollars in gift cards go unused. Real money, already paid for, already owned, just misplaced. I looked up this stat, and I thought it was amazing. In the United States alone, estimates say $20 to $25 billion a year in gift cards are never redeemed. And that's not money people didn't earn. It's money they had access to, but they never used. And when people, they finally remember the gift cards, it's often the same thing. When they find them, sometimes they just turn them, they cash them in. There's places out there you can go. You don't have to use the gift card at the store anymore. There's places they'll just buy them. And companies will buy the gift cards. But that's never for the full amount. I think most of them get 60% back is what you're going to get. 70 if you're lucky, but it's usually about that. You're going to lose sometimes 40 or 50% of the value. So if you get a $100 gift card, now it's worth 60, and people are willing to lose $40 just so they can get something back. Cash or whatever. And that's when it hit me that it's not just about the gift cards, it's about us, because we're a lot like walking around with unused gifts from God. God gives us gifts intentionally in faith, wisdom, mercy, purpose, and like gift cards, those can be misplaced. I know I have misplaced so many of those gifts, not stolen, not revoked, just unused. Life gets busy. Fear speaks louder than faith a lot of times, and slowly the gifts of God place us in a place shoved back in the back of our, if you can call it, a spiritual wallet. The gifts are still ours, and it's paid for. It's just forgotten, and that's sad. And when we finally realize it, we're tempted to, quote unquote, cash in, lower our expectations. We shrink the call on ourselves for less than what God intended for us. But God is not a gift exchange, a card gift exchange. He doesn't want to do that. The world always discounts your worth, and the world says, I'll take it, but not the full price. But God doesn't say that. God's scriptures in Romans 11:29, for the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. That means God doesn't depreciate what he gives you. I know a lot of times I feel that way. I feel like I'm too old, I've waited too long, and I feel like the gifts God gave me is just not what they were. They don't, but the gifts of God, they don't reduce because you waited. It doesn't dock value because you stumbled. It doesn't shortchange you because the life interrupted that. What God gave you, it still honors is at full value. You might feel like your faith sometimes sat unsung too long. You feel like you calling, like you had a ministry and it's expired, but it hasn't. Your grace doesn't expire. Calling doesn't expire. And the best thing is God doesn't forget what he placed inside of us. When with gift cards, eventually the value will disappear. But God doesn't absorb your gifts. He preserves them. He's waited on me a whole lot. I know there's still things that I can do. And so sometimes I ask myself, what did I lose? Maybe the encouragement is this: go back and redeem it. Go get that gift, dust it off, and don't settle for partial value. Just do and bring your gifts back to God. He never offers you 60%. He always will redeem you 100%. If you've got a gift, if you've got a calling, if you've got something that the Lord has given you, don't settle for less. Don't shortchange yourself. Just go to God and redeem those gifts. All right. I appreciate y'all listening to me. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.